Well, good morning. It is Sunday, August the 8th of 2021. I hope you had a great week and are looking forward to another great week starting today. Beware of practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them. For then you will have no reward from your Father who is in heaven. That's Jesus, part of the Sermon on the Mount. One of the things that I was thinking about this past week was gratitude, being grateful, being thankful. And one of the reasons that came to mind is, as many of you know, Debbie was on vacation last week. And Lyle and I filled in answering the phones most of the time. Sometimes it went to voicemail and we picked it up later. And answering the door, and Carla and Sandy helped out with that. And then putting together the bulletin. But before she left, Debbie put together a lot of the bulletin. Some of the items she knew were going to be there, so she put them in there for me and then sent me the file in Publisher. And while we didn't do near everything that Debbie does, I don't even know if I know everything that Debbie does, but here are a few things that I know she handles on a day-to-day basis. Largely behind the scenes, not in the sense that we don't know that she's the office manager, because we do. But she does a lot of things without being told and without being asked, and it's easy enough to say, well, that's her job. Well, I don't know if all of these things are her job or not. I haven't read her job description. I don't even know if she has a job description. But what I do know for a fact is what little bit I know that she does, she's not paid near enough. You realize that the birthday cards and the anniversary cards that you get from us, she picks out each and every one of those cards and she addresses each and every envelope. She does the payroll, and yes, even in this day of computerized payroll, she still has to enter some things manually on her computer. She pays the bills, she answers the phone calls, and we get all kinds of phone calls about a variety of subjects. She deals with the visitors that just drop by the building unannounced and ring the doorbell. She deals with the vendors. Just this past week, somebody stopped by to talk to her about our copy machines, and they weren't even our vendor. They wanted to talk to her about getting our business. She deals with the postage and the postage machine and the fax machine. She deals with putting together the bulletin. She deals in keeping up our database of members and visitors and printing the directory, and a whole lot more things that I don't even know about that go on. And before the COVID pandemic, she used to have a volunteer, sometimes two volunteers come into the office every week, but that had to stop because of the COVID prohibitions and restrictions. And they haven't started back up. She just took on that extra work that the visitors or that the volunteers were doing. And she does all of this, including dealing with me on a day-to-day basis. She does it all with a smile. I have never heard her say an unkind word or a mean word about anybody. I have never heard her talk bad about anybody. And trust me, I know that the temptation is there, because I've given into it a few times, as you probably realize. But she does it all because, first of all, she loves the Lord, and she loves God who loved her enough to send his son to die for her. And she loves this church, and she loves the people that make up this congregation. And so she does it. She does it quietly without complaining. She does it quietly without murmuring. And I, for one, and all the rest of us need to be grateful for that. She's not doing these things to be seen by men. She's doing them out of gratitude for the God who loved her enough to send his son to die for her. And we ought to be grateful for that. And we ought to tell her that we're grateful for all the sacrifices that she makes. She was on vacation, but she took her computer. because she had to do payroll and she had to deal with some other issues. Thankfully, that she didn't leave to me to do. So let's take a lesson from her. Do what is right behind the scenes, not to be seen by men. So thank you, Debbie, for all that you do. Nobody is more grateful than I am that you're back from vacation and can take over again. I appreciate everything you do. I pray that everyone will have a great week.